Imagine yourself, you've been there a week, and this happens, and there's only another 11 and a half months of this shit to go. It's taken the government 50 years to acknowledge. As a family of Burkes, I hope we get it.
What needs to be said also is the government said they'd only ever send one member from each family. I had 3 cousins, 3 brothers were sent, one after the other.
They're nuts.
From the same family.
Oh.
God bless them.
Yeah, you are related to him, mate.
I was the last one to go
Tom,
over
we're not sure about, he's got hair. Not sure about Tom. Still worry about that because of the hair.
That's right. One constricted and the other 2 volunteered. Anyone else want to volunteer to go to work? War?
Yeah.
Tom got called up, Peter got called up, the rules were then, 2 in the family, but Peter wanted to go and Mum said, okay.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
It was called Coral Balmoral down there.
No, they said they did send more than one, at any one time.
No, we live in like months to go. They got there any time from about 12 o'clock on through the afternoon. So 4 o'clock, yeah. Oh, jeez, mate, you wouldn't have had time to go to the toilet. And what happens is they come in, they bring in bulldozers, they build mounds around the guns, they set up camps, they dig holes for themselves, and fill sandbags, and you've got all day to do this, right? They got there 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so they've got to get the guns in first, they've got to get the command post dug in, which is a whole street as this in a room, 20 foot by 20 foot square. That's where they set up all the area where they know where to fire the guns and plan where all the troops are and everything, the command post, and then they can go and dig their own holes. They only had shell scrapes by the time 6, 7, 8 o'clock come. They would have only had shell scrapes about this deep. Right, so level with the ground, just deep enough to lay in the back. Normally, you'd have it deeper than the table, probably twice as deep as the table. You'd get a big sheet of iron over the top and fill it with sandbags over the top of that. So you'd have 2 layers of sandbags. To be about 8 foot long, just enough to crawl in, and that was your fire pit and your safety pit. They didn't have any of the cover, just had the holes. And these Vietnamese attacked, they sent in mortars, lights, radars, 6 guns. Now what happens, they line the guns up, and they've got set targets, so they line the guns up all at the set targets. What happened early in the evening, some Australian troops met at the Vietnamese army contact, so they turned 3 of the guns north. The other 3 guns were facing that way, and the Viet Cong were watching them come in, watching them set up their camp and everything, and at night time that's when they had to turn the guns away. The Viet Cong thought the guns were all facing in one direction, so they attacked from the other direction. Luckily for these blokes, they attacked 3 of the guns were coming at them, so they could wipe them out. The guns fire HE, it's a full solid round. When it hits, it splinters into the shrapnel, goes everywhere. The enemy was so close, they had to fire splintex, which is virtually nails. Thousands of nails in a round, and as soon as it moves the muzzle of the gun, it'll just splatter. It's on a time delay. The first lot of rounds, they allowed about 1 second. So the round would have gone from here to the other end of the building and opened up, exploded. the enemy were inside that area. The rounds were going past them and then exploded behind them until they realised they had to have muzzle velocity, muzzle explosion. As soon as it left the muzzle, phew, right, they counted 240 odd dead the next morning. The bodies dragged away. There was 100 of these blokes like this. And they lost, when you lose two the first night?
Our blokes,
Yeah,
out of our battery.
yeah,
Yeah, the infantry and anyway.
yeah. I think there was 8 all up, wasn't there, on the first night?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's some infantry there, mortar operators and infantry along with the artillery blokes. So the artillery lost 2 men, Scott and Sawtell. There's a photo in the War Memorial in Canberra of Brian not the next morning, a couple of days later, whatever. He's sitting around having a beer for a few of the boys, not a beer, just sitting around having a bunch of boys. And the top of the tent is riddled with holes. That's where they're sitting underneath that. Yeah, a terrible action. You hear about Long Tan? Long Tan was a group in one action lasted one night. Theirs lasted 2-3 weeks.
And what did you say it's called, Pete?
Sorry?
What did you say the battle was called?
Battle of Coral and Balmoral. So there's 2 groups of artillery. 102 battery was the 6 guns where Brian was attached to. That's Coral. And Balmoral was another fire support. They set up a couple of kilometres down the road. And they had 6 guns too. They were also attacked, but they were attacked about 4 or 5 nights later. Okay, so if you can find out stories about it, it's the most interesting story. You hear of, was it Khe Sanh in Korea? You hear of other stories of Battle of Iwo Jima and everything else. The biggest war action by Australian troops since the Second World War.
And you, Pete, and you
Oh
and
yeah,
Tom.
I can tell you my story. I'll tell you a story.
Yeah, accolades go both
Yeah, for
ways.
Brian, and as I say, their unit was awarded a citation, Noah, and congratulations to Brian. The other hero, Tom,
Susie.
Larry Thomas. I don't know his full story, but he went over there, and now this is the day after or the day before Mother's Day.
2 days after.
2 days after
Tuesday.
Mother's Day. Here's a Mother's Day present for you. They're over there. Now, Tom belonged to 9 RAR. They call it the Death Battery, the Death Battalion. The reason they call it Death Battalion is, if you can imagine a 20-kilometre line and about 400 metres wide, a kilometre wide, was it, or something?
Yeah, 400 metres.
400 metres, a minefield. Right? The Australians planted all these mines. We'll stop the bastards. Right? So they planted the mines to stop them from going across one side to the other. We'll stop the Vietcong over there. But what the Vietcong were doing was sending the kids and the mothers and the family in with sticks, where the mines, pick the mine up, take it out, keep it Vietcong. The Vietcong had planned them where the Australian troops were coming in. Tom and his unit go out in an action. They go, we're going to go through the jungle and we're going to fight the war over here. So they come out in APCs, we get off the APCs and start walking around, get their gear on, putting their stuff on. Tom walks along the track, Blake behind him walks along the track, goes bang! Stood on one of these mines that they taken out of the minefield. Tom's got shrapnel all over his back. And his mother, that's his Mother's Day present 2 days later. At that time, she had a third son, Peter. Peter, the little bugger. I want to go too, Mum. I want to go
Your
too.
son. Fourth son, sorry.
The fourth
Hang
son.
on,
Awesome.
but tell them when they come and knocked on the door and told him where Mum was and
Oh,
everything.
yeah, okay. All right.
I know who
Mum.
This one's two.
Mum's gone up to the cousins
Yeah.
for Mother's Day, with only Alice and the family and that. 18-year-old kid sitting there. 7 o'clock in the morning, knock on the door, and it's an army captain. He goes, and I go, and he says, you have a brother, Thomas William Burke, and the tears come, the shock comes, the body shrinks, and
Who doesn't have a back
in
anymore.
Vietnam, and he's been wounded, but he's in a satisfactory condition. Beautiful. What satisfactory condition if you've been wounded? So Mum's up having a holiday. Mum and Dad were separated at the time, and I was home by myself. So I've gone running down to Dad. Dad, knock, knock. Tom's been wounded in Vietnam. Captain's just come and see me. Okay, all right, we'll sort Mum out and we'll tell her and everything else. I'd gone back home, and now that's taken about an hour and a half, 2 hours. There's a knock on the door, Salvation Army. Anything you want to talk to your brother in Vietnam, we'll make a phone call for you. You want to send him a telegram, you want your mother to talk to him, anything you want, we'll arrange it for you. I say to you now, if there's a charity around the world to give it to the Salvation Army. Now, getting back to this letter. So, Mum's told, right, so she's in shock and she comes home and everything else. But she's got an 18-year-old kid going, I want to go too, Mum. So 2 years later, I'm over there too. Brian and Tom spent about 6 months together over there. My mum, well, most of them you don't want to glad to, you know what she's like. But not a whimper. Never a whimper out of Mum about going.
Just like me.
About Brian going, about Tom over there or anything. That's beautiful person. So anyway, we had a good time. He's retired, and I'm retired.
Yeah.
One more quick story.
That was last time.
Okay, my mother-in-law, her husband served in Maratai, Tarakan, the islands going north. He passed away in 94. We applied for a pension. He passed away in 96. We applied for the pension in 95, just before he passed away. My mother-in-law was granted the War Widows pension 2 days ago. 22 years my wife has been writing letters to ministers, to anybody that listen. Have a review. And every time it's come back, no, we've died of natural causes. Can't help you. She got a letter the other day, 2 days ago. She's been granted the War Widows pension. Now, cop this. He's never ever smoked in his life. He has occasional beer. He used to drive a cab, and he used to go to the club and have a beer. They've awarded the war pension on a passive smoking campaign. 22 years after Trump. Unbelievable, this government. Not only this government, DV
Stand up quickly and tell about the pavement. The pavements in North Sydney. Yeah, there is this pavements in North Sydney. Anyone who wants to go to North Sydney, there's pavements for Brian, Tom and Pete.
You buy a brick, you buy a
Yeah,
pavement.
so just a little,
Artillery school. Artillery
so
school.
anyone who wants to go to North Sydney, there's the 3 Burks. So
What happened to the rest of the Burks? Why didn't we get a brick?